wanted to be a vet. I wanted to be a journalist.
Ooh, I was big into sports. I could have been like an NHL hockey player, would have probably been like high up on my list.
I actually always wanted to be a teacher.
When I was really young, I first wanted to be a doctor. I also wanted to be a psychologist, psychiatrist.
I wanted to be a skateboarding philosopher, president, astronaut.
I definitely wanted to be a handful of different professions, but most definitely I knew I wanted to be a mom.
I wanted to be a backup dancer for Janet Jackson and a marine biologist.
I actually wanted to be like Indiana Jones when I grew up. I wanted to be like a professor / treasure hunter. I don't know, I was like 7 or 8 when the Titanic was discovered, so I just wanted to treasure hunt, and I thought that'd be a pretty cool life.
I worked at the Greyhound racetrack in Guam, and my job was to hold on to the dog and go like this while people got their pictures taken.
My favorite job right out of high school was I sold flowers at Pike Place Market for a farmer.
I was an ice cream server at Dairy Queen. I worked at a summer camp, sleepaway summer camp for a couple summers.
Back in the day on Kauai, they used to have, around the 4th of July and New Year's, they'd have little fireworks stands. So when I was a teenager, I knew the family that ran those, so I would work for them selling fireworks on the side of the road.
I did a lot of odd jobs as a late teenager because all the businesses that I ever worked for collapsed inside of like 3 months. So like I worked for the guava plantation, and then it shut down at the end of the summer. I started there. I worked for Borders. I worked for like all these places that just no longer exist anymore.
My very first job was I worked at Rip Curl on 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica.
So after school, I went to San Diego State. I grew up in Oceanside right out of San Diego, and had an opportunity to go to Texas to play sports, but I stayed in San Diego. Went to San Diego State.
I went to Ohio University.
So I went to Hawaii Pacific University. Go Sharks.
I went to University of Hawaii in Hilo.
Boulder? I went to the University of Colorado Boulder.
First I went to KCC, and then I finished my college courses actually when I was in the military. So I actually was in the military for 3 years, and it's quite fun. It provided me a lot of opportunities.
I went to San Diego State for 1 year, and then I transferred to Fullerton Junior College, and then I transferred to Long Beach State.
TWU Spartans, baby. Trinity Western University. I had a volleyball scholarship there. They're a top school, and they produce only the best teachers. So.
Try different things. Don't get stuck in a rut.
I think you should do all the things. Try everything. You never know what you're gonna find interesting or what you're gonna love doing. Just be happy. Do things that make you happy.
Take risks. Like, I think when I look back, the riskiest things I have done probably made me learn the most about who I am. They have not all worked out, but feel free to go off board and do something crazy, and yeah, take risks and enjoy your life.
Build as many connections as you can. Put yourself in as many different opportunities to meet as many people as possible, and then be open and willing to change and adjust your life to improve it.
I think the best advice is, especially for high school students, is even if you don't know what you want to do, like I switched majors 5 times. My biggest regret through high school though was not putting more effort in. I like to think I was a relatively smart student, but I put very little effort into high school. So I had very few choices in where I could go to school, what I could do. So it really limited my options.
I would advise that you find your passion. And if you can't find your passion, just use your intuition to do what it is that you like doing.
Be super flexible and adaptable, creative. All the things that are the HTA cores, I think are going to be really necessary.
I think the best advice that I would give students is to really go after something that makes you happy and that you're passionate about.
Travel as much as you can. Read as much as you can. Just be really flexible. Don't have this fixed mindset of what your life is supposed to be, how it's supposed to look, how it's supposed to turn out. Just continue to be flexible, continue to be curious, continue to learn, Be a kinder human.
Don't think about the long journey. Think about step by step, inch by inch, every day, every action you take. And your long goals will take care of themselves if you're meeting your short-term goals.
Even if you're not sure if it's going to make a lot of money, you want to do something that you feel passionate about because you have to do it every single day.
Do something that you're good at.
You will experience setbacks in the course of achieving success. I dropped out of college twice, and I nearly dropped out the third time, and it was a big struggle in order to finally get my last semester done. But I did it. I didn't do it the first time around. It took me 3 tries to get through college. And it was a non-linear process for me. There was a lot of struggle and a lot of resilience that I had to build up in order to finally succeed.
I think when you're 18, every decision feels like, if not now, then never. If, you know, like it's always the most important decision, but you're at this fork in the road where you can really just explore. Giving yourself that time to explore and to travel and to try different jobs and to give yourself some time to be indecisive, I think that's the best time to do it.
Study hard, do your best, and don't be set on one career choice, you know, look at your different options.
Never stop learning, be curious about the world, and surround yourself with people who lift you up and celebrate your wins with you. I would say really life is about the connections that you make with other people and how you treat people. So go out into the world with kindness.